are you doing? Oh, hey, Polymer Pat.
Popo?
It's Mega Manoa. What are you even doing in a cave?
I'm looking for my car keys.
Your car keys? Why would you be looking at a cave for your car keys?
Well, I don't know for a fact that they're in here, but I've pretty much looked everywhere else and I can't find them anywhere.
Have you looked in your lab coat pocket?
Lab coat pocket? Of course I've looked in my lab coat pocket. It's the first thing a scientist...
Bring it out. You're welcome.
Well, there you have it. Excellent detective work, Mega Manoa. Now, if we could just find our way out of here.
Don't worry about that. You could let go of your puny little flashlights. I will use my super high-powered flashlight, and I'll just shine our way out of here.
Wait, Mega Manoa, we don't want to wake up the...
Are they gone?
I think so. I think we dodged a bullet there.
Oh, wow. Got really lucky.
That was a close one.
Whew. Way too close. Wait.
Now, well, we gotta be... Shh.
Do you hear that? Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mega Manoa, and today we're going to do an experiment we call Nocturnal Skies. We're going to be talking about animals that come out at night. But before we begin our experiments today, we need to make sure that we've got everything here, all the materials. Like Slinky, we've got little Slinky, one. We've got ourselves some glue. We've got a nose sticker. You should have also some googly schmooglies. Googly eyes. There should be also a lizard. Looks like a lizard, but it's not. It's actually a gecko. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Also, there should be a Q-tip and 2 suction cups. And finally, our little tiny bat. And all of that came inside of the bag. Aside from this, you don't need anything else. A lot of it. So you got all that? All right, then let's get started. So when you think of most animals are usually doing stuff, playing around during the day, right? But not all animals are like that. There are actually many different types of animals that you rarely even see during the day. Sometimes you don't even see them at all during the day. Instead, you will see them at night. They're more active at night. Now, the animals that do this, we call them nocturnal. Can you guys say nocturnal?
Nocturnal!
Yep. Now there's a lot of different types of nocturnal animals, like your owl, of course, or like your bush babies, or like your hedgehog, or like your, you don't want a coyote up there. The coyote over here, right? Or you got yourself your raccoon. You want to keep your distance from the raccoon because they're kind of stinky sometimes too. Anyway, also sometimes there's cute little nocturnal flying squirrels as well. And finally, one of the most famous of these nocturnal animals, the bat. Whoosh. Not that type of bat. This one. Yeah, this type of bat. Now, there are actually a few reasons why these animals become nocturnal or are nocturnal. And the reason why is, like, as an example, in the desert it might be so... it's so hot. It's so hot during the day. I can't stand it. So instead, what they would do is they would come out at night where it's not so sunny, it's not so hot, especially in the desert, right? So they would come out at night, which is a lot better. But once they come out at night, that's actually much better for them because it's less likely that they get caught by predators, right? Like if you take a look at this guy, right? He's using the darkness as his cover, right? And also another great thing about it being nighttime is that there's a lot less predators that, whoa, yeah, these predators will be out during the daytime, right? Not at night, so it's a lot less likely that these predators will come out lurking to try to eat them. So it's a lot safer for these animals to be out at night. And also, since there are a lot less predators, there's a lot less competition, meaning they don't have to be like, hey, move out of the way, that's my food, get out of the, that's my... They have less competition. So overall, for a lot of animals, like especially little animals like rodents, small birds, other types of animals like that, especially small, right? It's a lot easier and a lot better for them to come out at night and to be nocturnal. Okay, so that being said, going back to our bat, who is nocturnal, right? A few facts that I want to share with you guys is that bats are actually mammals. Okay, mammals like dogs and cats and horses, even us as humans, right? Even your little baby brothers, or even little baby Manoa. Oh, little cute little baby Manoa. Oh, little cute little. Anyway, them being mammals and us being mammals, all mammals, and also including the bat, they have either hair or fur. Now, in the case of the bats, they have fur, right? And also, mammals, they are born alive. Ooh, in mommy's tummy. Yeah, same thing with bats. They're born inside of their mama's tummy. Okay, that's what makes them mammals. And the little baby bats, we actually call them pups. And these bats, they can live up to about 30 years. Very interesting. But what I find very interesting about these bats is that they could eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes in just, guess how long? In just 1 hour. Whoa! That's a lot, right? That's good because I don't like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are always trying to bite me. So I love bats because they eat all that mosquito, right? So in any case, that's what they do. And another really cool thing that they do is that they sleep upside down. Yeah, they sleep upside down, hanging on their feet. Speaking of feet, they have feet, and they also have arms. They also have fingers and toes, just like us. Here, take a look. Whoa, yeah. Take a look at his arms. Here's the arms, right at the end. Those are his fingers. You see this line right there? That line, even that little thing sticking out, that's its thumb. He's going, hey, you're doing a great job right now. Right, so those are the fingers, and in between his fingers, you could see he has the wings. Now, these wings are actually made out of 2 thin layers of skin. And that's what allows these bats to be able to fly. Just like I said earlier, they also have the toes right at the bottom. And you can see the fur all over the body, right? But in any case, this is our bat. And again, the reason why they're able to fly is because of those 2 thin layers in between their fingers. But when you look at Manoa and yourself, just go ahead and look at your arms, your fingers. Do you guys have some wings in between your fingers? No, we don't. And that's what makes these bats so special. So right now we're going to experience a little bit about how these bats are able to have those wings and how they have the 2 thin layers of skin in between their fingers, and you could actually feel the wind that they use whenever they kind of flap their wings to be able to help them to be able to fly. So how do we do that? Go ahead and grab your little tiny bat, okay? So with this bat, you got a little head on the top, and then all we need to do is at the bottom, it opens up, okay? So with that being done, go ahead and take your fingers, don't keep them open, but close them all together like this, okay? So keep them closed until it goes all the way inside. So here we go. We're gonna put this in. Okay, remember, keep it closed, keep it closed. And once you're finally to the top, then guess what you do? Just spread your fingers open and check it out. Take a look at that. So as you could see, after I spread it open, right, you could see that I now have something in between my fingers on this hand. But not just something, it's 2 thin layers of what we got here with our little tiny bat puppet, okay? So just like a bat has 2 thin layers of skin, same thing with your hand now, right? And even a really cool thing that you could do is, well, if I start blowing air towards myself between these 2 hands, one that has two thin layers and the other that doesn't have anything in between it, which one do you think will make me feel more air? Well, of course, this one. And so while you're doing this at home, kind of fan yourself. See what happens with the bat puppet and see what happens when you don't have the bat puppet on your hand. And I actually barely could feel anything with this one, but with this one, for sure, I can feel all that air blowing towards me. So that's how the bats are able to fly. Speaking of them flying, not only do they have the wings in between their fingers, they also have very light bones, making it very easy for them to be able to fly. Okay, so in any case, now that we're able to do this, let's turn this into an actual bat with a face. Okay, so go ahead and take this off. Now what I like to do to take it off is I like to just pinch somewhere at the top. Don't touch the head too much, but somewhere at the top, and then just pull it off, and oh, there you go. So with this now, we're gonna put on a face onto our bat. Now this is where we're going to be needing our bat puppet. We will also be needing our little tiny glue bag, and we'll be needing our Q-tip, our 2 little googly schmoogly eyes, and then finally we're going to be needing the bat nose. It's basically a little sticker. It has a little white side on the back. In any case, that being said, first thing you want to do is you want to put on the eyeballs. Okay, so go ahead and grab your glue. Once it's open, then what you want to do is you want to basically take your Q-tip and dip it inside of the glue. Now what I like to do is I like to put the glue on the googly eye first. That way it doesn't spread everywhere on my bat. Okay, so there's one, and then just go ahead and put that right onto our bat. Here is one right there, see? Now we're gonna do the same thing with our other googly eye. Just put some glue on there, right? And do the same thing. Put it right onto our bat, and ta-da! We got the eyes, and now we're going to be using this as the nose for our bat, okay? So the cool thing about this is whatever color you get, on the opposite side there should be a white piece of paper. Okay, now with this white piece of paper, that's holding it so that the sticky side is not exposed. So all you need to do is just peel off that white part, okay? Just peel it off. You don't need that white paper. But this side that's sticky now, try your best not to touch it so it doesn't lose its stickiness. Then what you want to do is you just want to put that right on your bat, right in the middle, and ta-da! And that's it. Now you got yourself your bat with a face. And do the same thing. Find the bottom, find the opening, right? And put your fingers in. Remember, keep it closed, right? And scoot it all the way in. Don't open it until you get to the very top. And once you get to the top, just spread your fingers open and see, you got your own cute little bat. And do the same thing. You just fly around, maybe blow some air towards yourself, maybe go around, go to mom and dad, show them how it feels like to have wind being blown by a bat, because in between their fingers, do you remember how many layers of skin do they have? Is it 5? Nope, just 2 thin layers of skin that help them to be able to fly. Interestingly enough, not all bats are nocturnal. Now, of course, most of them are nocturnal, meaning they come out at night, but some are what we call diurnal, meaning they come out during the day, like us. We're diurnal because we play and we do stuff in the day, right? So when you compare these two, the nocturnal bats and the diurnal bats, well, take a look at these two pictures. Here we got the big-eared Townsend bat, right? And then here we got the fruit bat. So can you guys tell any difference between them two? Oh, yeah, look at this one. He's got really funny looking ears, right? Also look at his nose. Do you see it has a funny looking nose? Oh wait, what's going on with my nose? Oh, my ears too. Oh. Anyway, guys, yeah, this one, between the two, you could tell the difference with their ears and their nose. When you look at this guy, his ears are huge. They're really big. Now, there's actually a reason for why they have such big ears, and it's to help them to see in the dark. But why would you use your ears to see in the dark? Well, the thing is, they use something called echolocation. Can you guys say echolocation?
Echolocation!
Exactly. So they use echolocation by using their ears as well. So what is echolocation? Well, basically what they do is they make a very high-pitched sound that we cannot hear, but they make it that high-pitched sound and it travels and it bounces off of everything and it comes back to their ears and they're able to tell everything that's around them. It bounces off of everything. It bounces off of the trees, the rocks, the mosquitoes, the bushes, and when it bounces off, they're able to know, oh, hey, there's a rock right there. There's a tree over there. Of course, they have very good eyesight, but they don't usually use their eyesight in the dark. They actually instead use that echolocation, the sounds that they make that bounce right back into their really big ears. And to kind of demonstrate that to you, let me use here Mr. Bat again, that is trying to hunt for the bug. Okay, so again, what he does is he has good eyesight, but instead they use that echolocation. So they make the sound, and it travels, and then it bounces back, and then he knows, oh, hey, there's a bug over here. So he flies closer, Then again, he uses that echolocation, and it travels, and then it bounces back, and then he knows, oh, the bug is getting closer, and it comes closer. Yeah, he eats the bug. But again, he was able to find that in the dark by using echolocation. We can't see anything in the dark, but they're so amazing because they're able to use that feat of echolocation to help them find their food that is around them. So to help us see how echolocation works, that's where we're going to use Slinky. Slinky help us know this, okay? So anyway, we're gonna use the Slinky to find out how this happens, all right? So, as an example, let's say the bat, right, is gonna, can you hold it? There we go. So the bat, remember, he uses echolocation to find the bug, and he makes that sound that travels, but we don't use the word travel in science, we say propagates. Okay, so that sound propagates to whatever bug it is, and then, does it stay there? Nope. It bounces back, right? So this is something that you could use, right, to see how that sound propagates or travels, as we say. So here's a little bug. So again, it uses the echolocation. It travels to our little tiny bug here. And does it stay there? Nope. Remember, it bounces back, right? And then it gets closer, makes that sound again, traveling to the bug. And does it stay there? Nope. It bounces back. Okay, so you could basically use this if you don't have a bat puppet like this. Just kind of play around with this, so the Slinky and just that bouncing back aspect, and then how it goes from one side and bounces back is how that echolocation happens. So again, they make the sound and it bounces back and they listen. Oh, I can hear you, Mr. Mosquito. I'm gonna eat you. Right, so that's what they do in terms of echolocation. So when you think about lizards, most lizards are daytime creatures, diurnal. But some of them, like this guy here, geckos, they are nocturnal. Now, of course, them being nocturnal, right, that means that they come out at night. Now, this one specifically is called a crested gecko, okay, and they are nocturnal. Yeah, you can notice by looking at their eyes are big. And that means they use their eyes a lot. As opposed to the bat, you know, has huge ears. It's because they use their ears a lot, like the echolocation. But with this guy, they don't have ears that you could see, but they have huge eyeballs that help them to be able to see at night. Okay, of course we can't, but they can. And what's amazing is if you actually take a look at their eyes, if you look even at this picture, you can see there's a slit right in the middle of their eyeballs. The pupil is really closed, and that's how they use it during the day, because they don't want too much light to come in so that they get blinded. But instead, they kind of close it up. You can see that black line right in the middle, right, to make sure that they're not blinded, but they can still see in the day. But at night, take a look at this one. The pupils are nice and open, really, really open. So that way, they can let in a lot of light so that they're able to recognize what is around them. They're actually even able to recognize lights like blues and grays and blacks. They can tell the difference between all these things, even though it's dark. Right? But all that happens is that their pupils open and close depending on the amount of light that is shown on them. And they don't have eyelids like we do. Of course, we have eyelids and we could do a whole bunch of these things. We could do a little bit of daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime, night. Yeah, we can do stuff with our eyelids, but they don't have eyelids. They just open and close their pupils depending on how bright or how dark it is. Now, not only do they do that, another really cool thing that they're able to do is they're actually able to climb on certain things. Like here, you can see our gecko, he's holding on. Right? And the reason why he's holding on is because they have these special microscopic hairs on their feet, okay, that help them to be able to hold on to the walls. But these microscopic hairs, we call them setae. And those have even smaller little tiny bristles on top of them, kind of like a toothbrush. You know how they have the little bristles? Just if you imagine those bristles are more toothbrushes with more bristles. They just have a lot of these little tiny bristles, which we call spatulae, and those kind of act like a magnet that help them to stick. Like, look at him, he's sticking onto my hand. So it helps them to stick to most different types of surfaces, and that's what's really awesome about these geckos. All right, so now we're going to make ourselves a little tiny gecko. Okay, let's put this guy right there. Just sit still. So for this experiment, we're just going to be needing our picture of our gecko with the two little holes and then our two little suction cups for this experiment. Then all you need to do is if you flip it over to the white side over here, right, then you can see that there are holes. Where are you going? And just go ahead and take your suction cup and put it on there. If you look at the suction cup, you'll see that there's a little nub on the very top. And all you need to do is just put that inside of this hole, right? And try to be gentle with it. And as you can see, it's sticking right into that hole. Then you want to do the second one, do the exact same thing, put it inside, and ta-da! You're good. Okay, so the way that these work, these don't work as good as the geckos, right? But instead, they work on any sort of very, very flat surface. So you can't put it on your skin, your clothes. It has to be very, very, very flat, kind of like your refrigerator. Now in this case, I'm going to use the board that I have here. And all you need to do to use the suction cup is just push on that little nub on the top. Okay, so you just push it, so that way it sticks right onto there. There's one, and then here's another. And you see that? They stick right on, just like my little tiny gecko right here. So as you can see here, here is a very flat surface, but even though it's flat, it's even better if it is smooth, very, very smooth. Now, what can work really well are the refrigerator, but what's even more smooth is glass. Like here I have my phone, it's made out of glass right at the very top. And if I put this on, since it's so smooth and flat at the same time, this sticks onto here way better. As you can see, I got one gecko here, got one gecko over there, and that's how you use this. All right, guys? So in any case, we did a whole bunch of experiments and fun things about these nocturnal animals. Again, nocturnal just means how these animals come out at night, right? So in any case, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And in any case, this is Mike Manoa. And Monty too. And we'll see you guys at home. Bye guys, I'll see you later. I'll see you later, guys. And there you have it. Science that is really simple and really fun. So of course, if you guys want to do some of this stuff and you want us to send you some of these stuff that you'll need for all of these awesome experiments, then you know what you need to do? Just click on that link below, sign up, and booyah! We'll send it right to your door. And of course, until then, we're gonna be looking forward to sharing so much more hands-on science with you guys. Again, this is Mega Manoa, and until then, I will see you at home.